Let's do a quick review before we look at the home buying process. First, complete all the home buyer wisdom videos. They will help you get ready to buy a home and understand the loan program options, down payment and closing cost requirements, and so much more. Secondly, get pre-approved for a mortgage. Complete the online application and submit all the checklist documents to your loan officer. Once your loan officer has the loan pre-approved, your loan officer will connect you to a good real estate agent in your area to shop for the perfect home. Use the home list form in the Resources Forms section of our website to help you communicate your desires to your real estate agent. Fourth, when you find the property, your real estate agent will type up the purchase contract and help you negotiate the purchase price and associated cost and timing. Fifth, the loan officer provides the pre-approval letter with the verification of funds to the real estate agent. And sixth, once you get an accepted offer, that's when the official escrow date starts and all the other dates will follow. Now I'm going to walk you through the home buying process, looking through the lens of a 30-day escrow. An escrow is really broken up into blocks of time, very similar to what I'm showing on this grid. We're going to look at all the parties involved and their responsibility, but focusing on the buyer's responsibilities, which I go over last in each section, hoping that it'll pull it all together and bring more clarity. Let's start with the first 4 days of the escrow. The loan officer is responsible to lock in the interest rate. They're going to give rate information to the borrower, options, the borrower will make a decision, and they will lock in the rate. They'll issue the loan estimate, they'll order the appraisal, and they're going to update the pre-approval letter and the verification of funds for the real estate agent. The real estate agent authorizes and opens the escrow. They're going to email the purchase contract to the escrow company and the loan officer, and they're going to order inspections per the contract. The escrow company is going to receive the order and open the escrow. They order the preliminary title report and title search, and they email their fees to the loan officer. That's so the loan officer can complete the loan estimate. And last, they're going to mail a buyer and seller package of forms that need to be completed for the escrow company. Let's look at the buyer's responsibilities during this time. They're going to deliver their deposit via check or wire transfer. The buyer will attest and review the loan estimate. Attest means that they're saying, yes, I received this document. They're also going to pay for the appraisal and inspections, and they're going to update their income and asset information as needed by their loan officer. Moving on to day 5 through 12, the loan officer will have sent the loan to processing, getting it prepped for underwriting, and also submitting it to underwriting. The real estate agent will go over any of the inspection reports that come in. They go over those with the buyer, and if it's applicable, they will prepare a request for repair work if needed. During this time, the buyer is going to be shopping for their hazard insurance. Once they've made a decision, they're going to email the insurance agent contact information to their loan officer and the escrow company. They're also going to complete and return the escrow forms to the escrow company. Moving on to day 13 through 17. The loan officer is going to receive a prior to doc and prior to funding conditional loan approval. That is standard in the industry. Based on that conditional approval, they may need additional documentation from the buyer, the agent, and the escrow company. That leads me into the responsibilities of the agent, escrow company, and buyer. During this time period, they may have to provide additional documentation to the loan officer. Now let's move on to day 18 through 23. The loan officer is going to work to get the prior to doc conditions cleared as quick as possible so they can order the closing documents. Once those are ordered, they're going to email a closing disclosure to the buyer for review. The lender then will electronically deliver loan documents to the escrow company. The real estate agent at this time is going to submit all their invoices to the escrow company, and they're going to complete the final walkthrough with the buyer. The escrow company is going to receive the closing loan docs from the lender. They're going to take those and they're going to also prepare what's called an ALTA settlement statement and the loan documents for a signing appointment. The buyer is responsible to attest that they have received and reviewed the closing disclosure. They should also compare that to the loan estimate with the locked interest rate. That's the original loan estimate when the interest rate was locked. Let's move on to day 24 through 30. At this time, the loan officer is working to coordinate the buyer signing with either the escrow company or a notary service. The real estate agent is waiting for the deed to record and the escrow to be closed. After it is closed, they will give the buyer the keys and possession of the property. The escrow company during this time is working to meet all of the prior to funding conditions so the lender can fund the loan. They receive the lender and the buyer's wire, and they record the deed with the county recorder's office. Once that's all completed, they notify all parties of the closing. During this time, the buyer is responsible to sign the loan documents. Their ID will be required. They're going to schedule their funds to close, which is their wire transfer within 48 hours prior to closing. And remember, if you're in a table funding state, your signing and funding date is the same day, so your wire will have to come an additional 48 hours sooner. And that covers the loan process.
Lastly, I'm going to cover some very important don'ts. Don't acquire any additional credit lines or make any large purchases on existing credit without first consulting your loan officer. For example, financing a car or buying appliances on credit for your new home will change your debt-to-income ratio, and it could disqualify you. Next, don't change jobs without consulting your loan officer. A change in compensation may affect your ability to qualify, and the lender will verify your employment on the day of closing. And last, don't co-sign with anybody to obtain a line of credit or make a purchase. The payment will show up on your credit report as an additional debt, and it could disqualify you. And that covers the home buying process.
Thank you for watching, and here's how you can help us. First, share us with your network on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Secondly, tell your family, friends, and coworkers about us. And lastly, we are publicly funded and need your help keeping our videos free by clicking on the Support tab today. Don't miss the Tips and Timing video, found only on our website, for all the ways that you can save hundreds of dollars when buying a home.